I'm Mjthegamer. Today we're gonna be doing a video of Fortnite. Enjoy the video, subscribe, give it a like. And why did you two leave already? Wow, how rude. Okay.
Yep.
Wow, Mace, I should have kicked you at the party for doing that. Like, I know. I'm joking. Join me.
After that, your wife took your 2-year-old daughter away from you when she caught you molesting her. Tonight, there will be no second chances. The power for this machine is divided. 1 meter for the circular sander in front of you, and the other for the device to which you're strapped to. Your job is to cause a short circuit, and the way to do this is to glide down the sander. The tension will be so much, it will cause a power failure. If you don't reach your goal, this machine will start splitting your legs, breaking your bones when the timer's up. You like to split legs, so now you will know how it feels.
Okay.
Let's dive in. Make your choice.
Where's Greg at?
Greg's not in here.
Oh.
Boy.
We're going to Pleasant.
Pleasant Park? Well, actually, it depends if where the bus is coming from, so. No, don't go to Pleasant. Retail row. Go to retail. Retail row, guys. Retail row.
The splitter trap and saw. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is you going to jump?
No, we're going to retail, right?
Look, I'm AFK for a moment. Can I do something personally? Where are we going
where
again?
are you guys going?
I'm going to retail.
Alright, good.
I think people already went here. Well,
Yeah, people, a lot of people actually.
yeah, I asked for the chest.
Oh no, someone's in my house.
No, the stupid guy. Freak him.
No. No, I'm down.
Whoever said go to retail, fuck you.
Wow. Behind you!
What the? Where's MJ?
Well, he left, so.
Yeah, it kicked me out. Dumbasses. I'm playing solo. I'm dumb.
Thank you. And this is my partner, Gabriel Rieger from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Distinguished actor, star of stage
screen
Yeah,
and
bye.
television, Richard Boone.
Hello, this is my partner, Joan Fenton, from Flemington, New Jersey. And we're all here to play Password.
Okay.
You put us in here. You can get us out of here. No, wait. Listen to me. I got 2 antidotes.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and it's time for us to start another franchise. So in honor of tomorrow being St. Patrick's Day, we're looking at Leprechaun, released in 1993, and the first of the Leprechaun series that contains 7 movies. Say yeah! In a voiceover, Lep says that anyone who steals his gold don't die. So that's probably not good news for Dan O'Grady, because I don't think he earned the money for that limousine at his 9-to-5 job drinking Jameson. He's all decked out in a suit with pants that make him look like a backup dancer for MCO Hammer, and he's telling his lady wife that they're rich now because of something he's found. Gold! Yep, gold! That he says he got from a leprechaun after catching him. Inside their house, Mrs. O'Grady hears a little boy voice coming from inside Dan's suitcase. It's singing Mary Had a Little Lamb and complaining about the cramped conditions in there.
I can't breathe. Please open the suitcase. I'm gonna suffocate.
But when she opens it, it's just a pissed off leprechaun yelling about his gold and pushing her down the stairs. The tumble breaks Mrs. O'Grady's neck and kills her, giving us our first kill a mere 5 minutes in. Between this and that scene in Hercules, I might just never help a little kid again. It's always a trap. Lep confronts Dan and asks him where his gold is, while also complimenting his late wife's brewing skills.
Your wife makes a fine pot of tea, tiny boy.
But Dan ain't playing around. He's got a 4-leaf clover, which is the active ingredient in Lep Be Gone, and sure enough, that Lep be going, gone. Lep flees to the basement to give Dan's dead wife a shoulder massage and perform the worst ventriloquism show I've ever seen.
Give him the gold, Dan. He's a nice little leprechaun.
And then Dan just shoots him with a gun. Okay, then puts his limp little leprechaun body in a big wooden crate, setting the clover on top as a sort of protection. He nails that boy up and gets ready to light a leprechaun bonfire, but the little green man apparently uses his powers to give Dan a stroke before he can set it off. It's 10 years later, and cruising up to O'Grady's fine North Dakota home is J.D. Redding and his daughter Tori, played by a 22-year-old Jennifer Aniston in her first ever theatrical film role. Her character is the worst kind of cliche.
I'm going to be miserable here. There's no swimming pool, there's no shopping malls, there's no cable.
Yep, the spoiled rich California girl who just, oh my god, can't even. Like, what is this even? Want to know how spoiled she is? It's friggin' 1991 and she has a cell phone. What? She bumps into this hunk Nathan and spills his paint thinner, but when she offers him money to replace it, he sticks it to her with a real condescending sense of small-town morality.
You knock over my can of paint thinner and then you offer me $20.
How about that?
Maybe you said you were sorry.
You want an apology instead of money? You can't buy groceries with sorries, dude. And if that wasn't belittling enough...
Well, I just think it's funny the way girls are always afraid of spiders and stuff, you know?
Wow. Like in the muscly handyman Aladdin look. His challenge to upcoming hunting trip with Says from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Their antics lead to them games. Ozzy asks what he is, and Lep spells it.
I'm a leprechaun.
He wants to shine Ozzy's shoes, but first he needs his gold. The Oz man doesn't know what he's talking about, so he runs away, successfully escaping the leprechaun and his weak-ass powers.
You only got away because the powers are weak.
Ozzy runs outside with a fanciful proclamation about a leprechaun in the basement, and of course nobody believes him, even though there's a rainbow up in the sky.
It's a magic rainbow.
Okay, Ozzy, even though there's a magic rainbow up in the sky. Ozzy runs off to see what's at the end of it, and Alex follows to wrangle him, but instead of a pot of gold, it's just a rusty old piece of shit truck. Wow, Lep, your powers really are weak. But actually, it turns out there really is a gold coin in the cab of the truck, and a whole bag of more behind the seat. Hot damn! To test if it's real, Ozzy bites down on one of them, but then he goofs up and swallows it, so now they're down a coin.
Nice going, John.
But there's plenty of gold left, so much in fact that Alex gets excited about the possibilities of what they can do with it.
We can get you an operation to make you smart and fix your brain.
But I'm smart.
Oh my god, that's actually kind of heartbreaking. Besides Warwick Davis's enthusiastic performance, Alex and Ozzy are the only parts of this movie worth watching. Tori and Nate are bonding over paint and her quilt-style denim shorts when Lep crawls underneath the truck and starts caressing Tori's leg. It's super fucking stupid, but she somehow thinks that it's Nate.
Nathan.
Yeah, Tori, even though you just saw Nathan go the other way, he somehow doubled back, crawled under the truck, and is lightly brushing your ankle as a way to flirt with you. Man, I hate these characters so much. When she sees that it couldn't be him, she flips out and winds up with a scratched ankle. But Lep runs off to hide behind a tree and make some kitty noises to trick Tori, Nate, and JD. When JD thinks the cat sounds hurt, he tries to fish it out of a tree stump, only to get a nasty bite on his hand, courtesy of the leprechaun. They drive JD to the emergency room in town, so Alex and Ozzy take off to get their gold coin appraised at Collectibles Joe's Coins. But somehow Leprechaun knows what they're up to, so he steals a trike from the barn and rides his minty ass all the way into town, arriving at the exact same coin shop at the exact same time. Collectibles Joe says the coin looks pretty valuable, but he'd like to keep it overnight to study it. After Alex and Ozzy leave, Def Lep appears out of the shop owner's safe to bite him in the leg and judge his business acumen.
Bad shop owner. Bad shop owner.
Because the shop owner had been in possession of one of his gold coins, Lep decides to kill him with a pogo stick. Yep, a pogo stick kill, accompanied by the leprechaun singing a little ditty.
This old Lep, he played pogo on his life.
Wait, why is Joe's face all bloody? Lep's just bouncing around on his chest. In any case, it kills him, giving the leprechaun another kill, as well as another pair of shoes to shine, because he's got a real compulsion to do that. It's almost as strong as his compulsion to make shitty jokes.
He'll bounce back in no time.
Yeah, Lep's the kind of dude who's always DMing Freddy and Chucky and asking if they can hang. Lep comments that with one coin in his possession, he's got 99 more to find. Then he eyes a car perfectly sized for his diminutive stature that he ends up driving down the road. Pretty fun, I guess, but no way that thing is street legal, so he ends up getting pulled over by a cop who just thinks Lep's a little kid in a mask, despite Lep claiming he's a 600-year-old leprechaun. Leprechaun scratches him in the face, which was originally the end of the scene, but when the studio Trimark wanted to change this from a PG-13 comedy to a gorier R-rated horror, they added this whole chase sequence through the woods, which is completely uninventive and goes on for way too goddamn long. It ends after Lep uses his magic to bounce all over the place, before eventually appearing right on top of the cop's shoulders, where he breaks his neck to kill the poor guy. Best check he's fully dead, Lep. Yep, looks pretty dead. Good job, dude. At a diner, Tori and Nate are having more culture clashes over the menu items.
What I wanted was a watercress salad and an Evian water. But they don't have that here.
And discussing how much it sucks that her dad has to stay overnight in the hospital. That means no one's back at the O'Grady house when Leprechaun gets there and starts going all finders keepers on the place as he looks for his gold. But dude doesn't know how to keep his eye on the prize. He keeps getting distracted. First by a box of off-brand cereal called Lucky Clovers that apparently taste like shit. Yeah, no kidding, dude. Clovers are for pies, not breakfast cereal. And then by a collection of shoes that Lep just needs to polish, man. Dude's got a bigger shoe fetish than Jerry Brutus. What up, mine honey? The gang gets back to the farmhouse and finds everything in disarray, except for the nicely polished shoes.
Who could have been a bear?
No, dude, it couldn't have. Bears don't shine shoes. Why is everyone in this movie so stupid? Ozzy tries to point out that, hey, that leprechaun he keeps talking about wanted to shine his shoes, but they're still not buying it, and they get to cleaning the place up with one more snide, condescending remark from Nate. God, dude, fuck off! Little bell voice eventually
What'd you say? I can hear you.
To a trap, prompting the leprechaun to run out and reveal himself and talk shit all up in Nate's face. But then Nate just beats the shit out of the little dude with a flashlight. Leprechaun sucks, man. man. The others run outside to find Lep biting Nate in the leg, and then they all take turns just kind of beating the old boyo with assorted items. Man, this is the least frightening horror movie villain attack ever. Lep's such a little shit. Alex gets the shotgun, and Nate shoots Lep in the chest with it, giving them a minute to free Nate from the bear trap so he can just go ahead and shoot off blindly into a bush half a dozen times. What's up, man? Think you're playing with infinite ammo or something? With the phone line dead, the gang decides they need to take Nate into town to get help, but the truck won't start, probably because there's a leprechaun in the hood. Or under the hood, sorry. You won't be in the hood for a few movies yet. He busts out the windshield and manages to bite Ozzy's ear before Tori takes the cigarette lighter and burns Lep in the nose with it, causing him to run off to the barn and retreat. He comes out again in another miniature vehicle. Where did this one come from? It looks like a fucking battle bomb. He drives this little Lep-mobile into the side of the truck, somehow with enough force to flip it end over end. Lep chases the kids inside the house where they slam the door on his hand, cutting it off. But as we'll see, Lep is basically able to take unlimited amounts of damage, especially in the case of shotgun shells. So he just picks his hand up and runs away to reattach it off screen. Tori remembers that she has a strange alien device from the future.
My portable!
And uses it to call the police. She manages to tell them where they're at and that they need help, but then the call cuts out.
The battery died.
Oh, you probably installed that new OS, huh? The sheriff of the town, who looks like he's got one foot in the grave and is racing through a pack of six to plant the other one just as deep, radios one of his officers to go check out the O'Grady place, but it turns out to be the cop that Lep killed, and now he's using his magic voice-changing abilities to ensure he won't have Johnny Law interfering with his hunt for gold. Tori patches everyone up, but when she continues to deny that it was a leprechaun out there, Ozzy lets slip that they found a bag of gold, which they hid down in the well. So Tori pumps the shotgun and heads outside to fetch a pal of gold coins so they can return it to the leprechaun and he can stop being such a little shit to them. As soon as she gets it, Lep appears with some stunning special effects and takes the bag from her. What do you think, Lep? Does it pass the sniff test?
It smells like me gold.
I guess it does. Satisfied, he runs off to count his coins, surrounded by his collection of vehicles. I think Lep and Jay Leno would get along. He discovers that he's short one coin, the one in Ozzy's guts, so he attacks them, and we get the closest thing to Leprechaun versus Chucky we'll probably ever see. He plays Magic Peekaboo in the kitchen, disappearing and reappearing in different cabinets, like the little shit that he is, before he pops out of a drawer and sexually assaults Nate. Nate gets his revenge, though, when he answers one of Lep's shitty jokes with a hilariously blunt shotgun blast.
I'm right here, and I ain't no Santa Claus.
Haha, sit your ass down, fool. But of course, he's still alive and manages to run away from the gang, leading them to do some more exhausting leprechaun hunting. I don't mean it's tiring for the characters, I'm saying the audience is exhausted by now if they're still watching this movie. There's some fun and games on a skateboard for a minute before Nate winds up shooting Lep again. How many shells are in his little leprechaun body at this point? But of course, Lep is able to escape once more, and this time he taunts them by calling on the dead phone line and imitating his idol, Freddy Krueger.
You need a hand.
Ozzy says that old man O'Grady might be able to shed some light on this leprechaun issue, so they decide to send Tori to the retirement home he's been in since his stroke 10 years ago. To distract the leprechaun long enough for her to get away, they toss a ton of shoes at him, and Lep's libido just takes over, man. He can't help but fuck those shoes. His pursuit of them is put on pause long enough for Tori to get away in her Jeep, while the others head back inside. It doesn't keep him distracted for long enough, though, and in an attempt to make sure Leprechaun uses every single wheeled transportation option available, he follows Tori to the retirement home on a pair of fucking roller skates. She gets there and finds the front desk guard conveniently asleep, so she's able to sneak through this abandoned-looking retirement home and find Mr. O'Grady in his room. But wait a minute, that's not Mr. O'Grady, it's a goddamn leprechaun, oh shit! She runs away and he pursues her in a wheelchair, but even with the camera sped up to help him along, she manages to get into the elevator safely. And that's where Mr. O'Grady's body crashes through the ceiling. He tells Tori that a fresh four-leaf clover will do the trick for a little green friend, and then he dies. Yeah, I don't know how his body happened to crash through the elevator ceiling like that either, but whatever. Why bother trying to make her movie good now when there's only 15 minutes left? Tori heads back to the farmhouse and tries to find a four-leaf clover, but Leprechaun shows up and gleefully chases her away. She finds the police car, that's good, but then discovers the cop's corpse inside. That's bad. Lep shows up and she sticks him in the eye with a baton, that's good, but then he rips the door off the police car, which is bad. Can she go now? Sure, but not before she has to watch Lep rip the eye out of the cop's body to replace his own with. Well, hey, at least Leps are made with interchangeable parts. Leprechaun gets shot for like the 27th time by Nate, and they rush back to the clover field to find their good luck charm. Tori manages to find one, and it's positively glowing with magic. When Lep attacks them again, he's able to run down Ozzy and slash his face a whole bunch with his shoe buckle, but Alex is here with a clover, a slingshot, and a precocious one-liner to save the day.
Fuck you, lucky charms.
The shot goes straight into Lep's mouth, and he stumbles back against the well, where we get to witness the best-looking effects of the movie, aside from the Leprechaun's makeup done by Gabe Bartalos. That shit's great, and he deserves a lot of credit for it. Leprechaun melts into a gooey green mess, and some some more crazy special effects take over to transition him into an even nastier looking beat up leprechaun puppet thing that falls back into the well and releases its energy with a bunch of glowing green. Oh, but I've watched Chucky. I know Chucky. Chucky wasn't kill counts of mine. Leprechaun, you're no Chucky. And to prove it, Nate just knocks him back down there and pours a bunch of gas into the well. Then finishes the leprechaun off with a match and a giant explosion. Yep, you've got an ancient magical demon force and it's killed by, some fire. Great. But Lep doesn't go on the count because some rhyming narration lets us know he considers this only a temporary setback.
I'll not rest till I have me gold. Curse this well that me soul shall dwell. Till I find me magic and break me spell.
God, that rhyming was all over the place. Didn't even follow a structure.
This is #1 trusted brand.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm Mjthegamer1's, and today we're looking at Leprechaun 2, released in March of 1994, less than 6 months after they began production. This movie was rushed, and this movie was poor. Warwick Davis described the production as feeling more low budget than the first, so not a great sign. Despite lacking the necessary resources to be a real movie, Leprechaun 2 expands out from the original in pretty much every way. Instead of being confined to a North Dakota farmhouse, we're in the City of Angels, baby, and like tree houses and shit. Yeah, because Lep 2 also gets way more fantastical than the first, adding a backstory and more lore to the leprechaun, even if it doesn't always make sense. Unfortunately, this movie wound up being an even bigger tire fire than the first one. The production limitations show in a big way, and it somehow has characters even more unlikable than bratty Jennifer Aniston and muscly handyman Aladdin. Warwick Davis is still giving it his all, and there are a bunch of great character actors and cameos, but their enthusiasm can only go so far. Maybe the kills will make up for everything else? I mean, probably not, but let's get to them anyway. The movie begins in Ireland, once upon a time. Can't you friggin' read? A peasanty man is running through the famous Irish forest, Griffith Park, and is stopped by a magic collar around his neck. What do you know? It's everybody's least favorite leprechaun, taking his Red Fair costume out for a spin. The dude, William O'Day, is apparently the leprechaun's slave, and his dirty attire gives this movie its one reference to Lep's shoe fetish from the original.
Shoes are filthy.
Yep, that's it. No more shoe fucking Leps in this one. Lep's excited because it's St. Patrick's Day, which is also his birthday, and he's turning 1,000, which is the day he claims a bride. Wait a minute, didn't you say you were 600 years old in the first one?
I'm 600 years old.
The leprechaun's conditions for wifing up is that he's got to get his crush to sneeze 3 times without getting God blessed, and once he's a bachelor no more, William will be free of his servitude. I guess you could call this the emancipation prestidigitation. But Willie Boy finds himself in quite the pickle while he and Lep are pretending they're in an 80s sex comedy, because Lep reveals that his top-seed wife is Will's daughter.
And we are to be related.
Oh, God, Lep is your son-in-law? That guy's such a dick, though.
I'll be gentle with her on our wedding night.
Aw, see, yeah, he'd probably say shit like that at Thanksgiving. Leprechaun gets the allergens a-blowing, and it's 1, 2, 3 sneezes, you're out at the...
God bless you, my child.
Oh, Nolan boy, marriage stolen right out from under Lep's nasty nose. For that gazunt heist, Lep lifts Will in the air and annoys him with a stupid new nickname.
You thought you could outsmart me? The genius of Killarney.
Nobody calls him that, Lep. He also says that in 1,000 years, he's gonna wipe up a descendant of Will's as revenge. Then he breaks Will's neck, meaning as of now, Leprechaun has killed 3 people out of 5 by breaking their necks. That's not a horror movie villain, it's an amateur chiropractor. Will's daughter finds his body and leads us into the title card with the most insane scream I've ever seen. This is the face of a woman who has looked into the eyes of oblivion.
Ciao Roger. Sei pronto? Keep it simple. Tiempo spuntando. Al dente.
The opening credits play over an Ancestry.com page on Will's lady descendants. My favorite detail is definitely that as soon as they got to the US, they became flappers. That's dope. And the last is this chick, Bridget, who lives in Los Angeles and is just the worst. She's dating Cody, this 90s boy who's currently trying to sell a haunted tour of the city to a killer ice cream man and Lucy from Twin Peaks. She's super into it, but he's more skeptical.
I'm not here. You can wait for a really cute ice cream cone right down the block.
Hey, I came to Hollywood to escape working. He loads up his passengers and then just fucking leaves them in the hearse while he walks down the street with his shitty girlfriend. And he's in this apartment looking for the Parker. This is less professional than the haunted tour in Action. The driver is his drunk uncle and legal guardian, Mortimer. Drunk Morty is also the fucking worst. Actor Sandy Barrett is sure giving it his all, but the stock character he's playing, the glad-handing, always scamming drunk guy, is always just so grating to me. Morty's shtick is that he's always trying to sell shares of his Hearst tours.
You can turn down into dollars.
Oh hey, that's my business model too. Also, his name is Morty, but he acts way more like a Rick, by which I mean this dude is one self-destructive alcoholic.
I am as dry as can be.
Yeah, he's about as dry as Sally Hawkins swimming with the sexy fish man, so Cody realizes he'll have to give the tour himself, which is gonna delay his go-kart date with Bridget, and she is pissed about it. What, you're mad this dude's on the grind, girl? If anything, just get mad at his shitty evil laugh. She's so pissy that she even sabotages this tour, even though it's his goddamn job.
You gave me the wrong card.
Oh, did I?
Grow the fuck up, Bridget. Plans change. That's life. Cody stops the tour at the go-kart place, where Bridget hops inside and immediately starts flirting with the guy who works there, Ian, as a way to get back at Cody, or, again, maintaining his source of income. Ian's work ethic is much more for speed.
Let's get down to the track.
Don't you have to work?
Not if you're here. I can get someone to cover for me.
Clearly this guy is unreliable and flaky. Have higher standards, Bridget. Meanwhile, a vagrant is making himself at home next to a solid-looking tree. A careful guy. Looks like that tree came from Killarney. And I heard that place has a real obnoxious self-styled genius. The trip across the pond must have left this tree thirsty as hell. It downs this dude's liquor like it's racing to win Edward 40 hands. The tree trunk cracks open and Leprechaun makes his big entrance into the modern era, drinking tree backwash from that liquor bottle.
Blended Canadian. The only whiskey is Irish whiskey.
I guess Lep's a nationalist. The vagrant's gold tooth catches the eye of nasty Leppy boy, who goes to claim it as his own.
Sit back, me friend. You may feel some pain. 'Tis a pity I forgot me Novocaine.
Not sure he would know what Novocaine is, but he rips out the tooth with sadistic glee, real proud of himself there, and even gives the poor homeless dude a Canadian blend rinse before he lets him run off into the night. Then he strolls into town and uses a magic stick to point him in the direction of his bride. He also puts in a real effort to meet his shitty one-liner quota after ripping this dude's finger off for his gold ring. Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? That's what I thought you said. Cody listens to some royalty-free emo music while flipping through pictures of him and Bridget together. And then he sees her and Ian in his TV. What? Bridget? Whatever, at least that music stopped. Here, let's watch Rick or Morty be a shit some more.
31 minutes, it's free.
Man, I hate that guy. Cody must hate him too, because before this scene can have any point to it at all, he pieces out to go win back Bridget. Doesn't look like he has to worry about Ian though, because after Bridget wants to call it a night, Ian tries to leverage some chili dogs for a beach or something.
They took the whole night off. And what about those chili dogs?
His whiny nice guy act wins him an elbow to the gut, and things only get worse for him when he suddenly hears Bridget calling him back into the garage with a suspiciously magical voice.
Maybe I can make it up to you.
After taking off her body double's top, Bridget invites Ian to go to town. The Lep's in the corner watching, and I don't think it's because he's a perv. I mean, he's totally a perv, but the reason he's watching is because Ian's under a spell. See, that's not Bridget. It's a crazy double-spinning blade of death, and thus Ian is killed in a motorboating accident, although we don't get to see it on screen because, you know, budget. Instead, we just get a silhouette and a blood splatter. I don't know, maybe a Lep one-liner will make it better?
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
No, now it's worse. Leprechaun always makes stuff worse. Cody gets to Bridget's house, and we're treated to some The Room-level acting.
This is a surprise.
And
I can never stay mad at you.
should I be listening to your words or your face? Because your face looks pretty mad, dude. Lep crawls in the window and gets straight to work fixing up nasal irritants. He gets 1 sneeze, 2 sneeze, and on 3 sneeze, Cody tries to God bless her, only to get a phone cord magically wrapped around his neck. Lep reveals himself, earning another insane scream that knocks Cody down with some pots and pans. Then he throws a golden collar around Bridget's neck and drags her over to him so he can kiss the bride. Bridget spills his pot of gold and his Bridget to his Lost Boys treehouse grid. I mean the Peter Pan Lost Boys, not the Corey Haim Lost Boys. Actually, Bridget, this place is pretty dope. He rolls her up into a little Bridget burrito and gives her a golden shower while talking about all the nasty Lep babies he wants to have with her, when he suddenly realizes that he's missing a shilling. Oh, he won the mood swinging husband's eye. Before he leaves to find it, he gives Bridget a very drooly kiss and leaves her a sexy red dress. Anything for his princess. It's Morty that a leprechaun is behind all this. Cody shows his drunkle the golden point, so they look up leprechauns in their paper-based Wikipedia-like artifact and learn all sorts of shit that I'm sure we already know from the first one.
Well, leprechauns and fairies can only be harmed by wrought iron.
Wait, I'm sorry. You mean 4-leaf clovers, right? Before they can get a fact check on that, Lep shows up and bitch smacks Morty to the ground. In turn, Morty knocks a bookshelf over on the little man, then he and Cody climb out onto the fire escape. Lep tries to follow, only to get stopped by the bars on the window. What? That wrought iron thing was real?
See what happened when he touched the bars?
Yeah, wrought iron.
Why is everyone acting like that's a normal thing for leprechauns?
Cody and Morty go to the bar, and in the bathroom, Cody runs into Tony Cox.
Yo, man, won't we go?
I don't know if Mr. Cox was experimenting with any substances that day, or if director Flender told him his character was an alien trying to be human, but this performance is just fucking bizarre, dude. Cody takes a chocolate gold coin from him and runs away, surely rattled by the extraterrestrial he just encountered. Cody gets back to the bar where the leprechaun is waiting for him and Morty.
Have I mentioned that I want we go?
Yeah, man, only like 40 times in the past hour. Morty's big idea to get the lep off their case is to challenge him to a drinking contest, which the leprechaun accepts.
Drink what you want. Drink what you're able. If you're drinking with me, you'll be under the table.
Seems to me with that body mass, he's just asking for alcoholic lepatitis, but bottoms up, I guess. To be fair to Morty, this does get the leprechaun drunk AF, but at least he's still acting more normal than Tony Cox.
You're my hero, homie. I'm 5,000.
Seriously, what is up with that guy? Warwick is able to resort to manual head smashing and runs away. Meanwhile, Bridget's been trying to escape captivity, but keeps getting foiled by magic and camera tricks. She stumbles upon a box hidden in the dirt floor, and when she opens it, she finds a couple of skunk Guinnesses and a whole bunch of other gaudy golden shit. She does get excited over an all, though.
Wedding present for you.
Well, he is a shoemaker by trade, so that's actually a very thoughtful gift, Bridget. Good job. Drunk Lep is trying to sober up with black coffee, but barista Michael McDonald wants him to get the fuck out so he can flip some junk, thinking Lep is just some guy in a costume for St. Patrick's Day.
Very good. We have a method actor.
I think Michael McDonald just gave the best performance in the entire franchise.
Boom. Gotcha.
Haha, yeah, you did, dude. But Lep always thought Mad TV was garbage, so he attacks the barista, pinning his hands to the bar with some flatware, and then turns the steamer against him, blowing it at his face and melting his skin while he screams his lungs out. It's actually a decently horrifying death, kind of reminiscent of the pogo stick one in the original. Rick and Morty break into the go-kart office. This is the only other location we've seen in this movie. As they break open the wrought iron safe to use as a leprechaun trap. Morty, of course, tries to be sleazy about it. Piece of shit. He'll contribute something to society, man. He goes outside to get the hearse, where he's cuffed by a security guard, since they triggered the silent alarm. But Morty's able to somehow talk his way out of it, and then somehow knock the dude out with a single weak-looking punch. Justice will be served, though, as Lep shows up and starts wailing on Morty with his cane like he's Andrew Jackson beating down a would-be assassin. Cody stops the attack by showing that he has a gold coin, which tricks Lep into leaping through the doggy flap of the door, right into the wrought iron safe that he's then locked inside of. The iron sparking and hurting the little fucker every time he touches it. Morty one-ups himself in the quest to be the world's most repugnant human being by locking Cody in the broom closet so he can try to extort the leprechaun.
You know the routine. You're caught. You owe me 3 wishes.
Oh jeez, you're really screwing this one up here. Morty's first wish is to have the leprechaun's gold, and in a classic fairy tale twist, the Lep makes good on his wish in a painful way. The pot of gold materializes inside Morty's gut, and Lep tells him the only way he can help him is if he lets him out of the safe.
Do you wish to be out of the safe?
Yes.
You'll have to open the door. It's roll tired.
So he does, because like, what else are you gonna do with a pot belly full of gold?
Your second wish has been granted.
Morty then fails to learn his lesson, and is once again fatally non-specific when he makes his third wish.
I wish you to get it out of me.
Lep just uses his nasty claws to tear into Morty's gut and remove the pot of gold, fulfilling that third wish and disappearing from the crime scene. Hey, you know what though? I wished for Morty to not be in this movie a half hour ago, and it looks like Lep delivered, so I've got no complaints. The security guard grabs Cody and assumes he murdered his drunkle, but outside the go-kart office, Lep stops the arrest with a yo, Lep fucking loves driving little cars around. They need to put him in the next Mario Kart for sure. The cop tries to shoot him down, but Lep sideswipes his leg out instead, then runs the dude over with a crash zoom in on his face. The kill is entirely off screen, and only confirmed by the crunch we hear. But for some reason though, when Lep tries to run over Cody, he goes right through and turns out he can't hurt him while Cody has the gold coin. The Leprechaun movies are basically Calvin Ball and just make up rules on the spot. Lep disappears from the scene and Cody arms himself to go after him.
Have you had your iron today?
Ugh. Back in his Lep cave, our verdant villain finds Bridget wearing the red dress he left her and trying to be all sexy. She wants to seduce this leprechaun as part of her master plan to stab him with that awl, which does absolutely nothing and pretty much negates her entire little captivity subplot. Cool. Cody shows up to rescue his damsel in distress, but is attacked by homemade haunted maze decorations like bright green bugs, spooky skeleton bones, and what is that? Just thorns? A bunch of thorns? When he's finally able to locate Bridget, Lep appears in the lamest way imaginable. Why were you in a terracotta egg, dude? Bridget uses the broken awl to pick her way out of the column, which she throws at Lep to reveal its newly bald head. Definitely had hair in the original. Cody and Bridget try to escape through every cave tunnel they can find, but they're stuck in a spatial loop, kind of like that scene from Dream Master, only, you know, bad. Eventually, they wind up separated, and after they do reunite, Bridget starts sounding like a real Neville Chamberlain, talking about giving the Lep what he wants and leaving the gold coin behind for him. When she makes out with our sexually repressed protagonist, he seemingly gives in and gives her the coin. But hate to tell you, dog, you just made out with a leprechaun.
You lose.
Yeah, he just kissed me fat boy jet. With his powers restored by the final gold coin, Lep is able to use his magic and stop Cody from attacking him with a wrought iron bar.
He's dead?
I don't know. Is that a question?
Over? It's really over?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're asking those things. But Cody pops up, very not dead, and sticks the Lep with his wrought iron rod. Turns out the coin he gave him was chocolate, a plan inspired by one crazed-looking Tony Cox. The wrought iron gets Lep twitching like the first drunk relative on a wedding reception dance floor. How would you even know that? Oh, I guess you were right, Bridget. Yeah, that little leprechaun just blew the fuck up. Unlike the first movie, there's no narration at the end to imply he's still alive in some state, so I guess I'll count him on the list. The movie ends with Cody getting rid of the gold coin and kissing the real Bridget, even though, like, you know, from now on he's always gonna be wondering if that's a lep he's swapping spit with. The leprechaun counted this time. Did the sequel manage to surpass the original in kills? Let's find out in the numbers.
6 people died in Leprechaun 2, so I guess it beat out the first one, whether you include Lep or not. All 6 of the victims were male, although one was a leprechaun, so let's have a little green wedge in the pie chart. That's fun. With a runtime of 85 minutes, that gives us a kill on average every 14.17 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Michael McDonald. Ian's death was memorable, but it was off-screen, and this steamer kill had the best effects of the movie. Plus, you know I love it when people are killed in ways that relate to their occupations. Dole Machete for lamest kill goes to William O'Day, because I can't believe they seriously kicked off this movie's kills with another broken neck. Lep, you're freaking magical. You need to find more fun ways to off people. And that's it. Leprechaun 2 came out in 1994, a year after the original was released, and proved to be such a disappointment at the box office that the remaining Leprechaun movies would all be direct-to-video releases. Shame, since Leprechaun 3 is way better than this one. We'll look at that next week, but until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been The Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching today.
I'm a fatty proxy and a fatty one. Sorry, I am pretty hyper because I'm a fatty and I just ate $20 freaking cheeseburgers for a kid here, bro. Ugh. Let me go in here. Okay, what should I play? Look, survival games, honey. Okay, what does that say? Cake Wars. Ooh, Cake Wars, ooh. That sounds pretty good. Oh yeah. Okay, watch this fatty play. Let me go here. Alright. Survival game, alright. Let's click on that dude. Alright. Well, I have a confession to make, my bros. I'm not really that much of a Minecraft player, you know, so if I suck, it's because I don't play this game very often, or I never do.
And the 360 oh yeah, what boy? Hello? It's MJ. Yeah, that's what my grandma called you for. She busted in her room and said, MJ want to talk to Sean, and that's her. I never seen y'all two in a long time. Like, oh. I'll come anywhere. I'll go anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep because my grandma gonna tell me to go to sleep soon. He gonna bust right into the grandma's room saying that great. Cause I don't. Yeah, I'm not a person that wake up like quick. Like I'm a person that sleeps a lot. I don't like sometimes I just when I'm at grandma's house, sometimes I go outside because she be in the house walking. I'm gonna watch some YouTube. He gonna be late. Ooh. Yeah, cause that was he said he was playing like a Call of Duty. Yeah, I have it. My dad got it. It's like you can fly something. He's good at it. I play Wii U sometimes. I've only played Mario on it. Well, I'm gonna feel like downloading a game on it because I only got Mario and Link. And I cook eggs, scrambled eggs. I know how to cook. I know how to cook rice. It's easy. Yeah. Yes. You just need to get like vegetables, like potato. It's a potato or potato. I can't say it. It's like it's that lettuce and cheese. Get the meat and you put it, and you have burger, and then yeah, I really want to do karate because it's like there's a kid at school and he always said come fight me. Yeah, I want to go do karate. we go. One time, I was like going to school, and my friends at the bus stop, the bus would come, and I was ready and everything, and my stomach felt weird in my head, and I just dropped on the floor, and I couldn't get up easily. It was hard. It was like, I felt so good when I came downstairs because I was happy, because it was school day, and I like go to school. And then when I got downstairs, my body just flopped on the floor. My dad was like, "Come on, Jay, gotta go." And then the bus was about to come. And then I was crawling out the door. Yeah.
Oh Lord, this is my blanket I got for tomorrow. That you turn the dish on?
I'm turning this on.
Oh, you turn the dish on? You turn the brown?
Yeah. Wait, watch. Wait, not watch. I can plug those up, and I can plug mine up because my dad told me how to do it because he needed the charger and put it like together on it, and they'll have both players. You said me? I know how to play basketball. Oh yes, yes, but I never skated in a long time, like a long time. Yeah, if I fall this one, I'll pick myself back up. It's embarrassing. Like when I first tried it, I fell 5 times. Oh yes, it's like on Wii U where you bowl. Wait. What? Oh, tennis? Yeah, but one time I played it, I got knocked in the head. Oh, yes, yes. It's gonna be fun, but I'm gonna be tired though. Oh, yes, like grandma, she be walking, there. Oh yeah, but my 2 bikes got broke because my sisters, they kept straight. You know how you scrape the bike, like you turn and it says straight, and then smoke comes behind it. It's like they bust both of them. Yeah, I was mad too because I was just about to do some, you know, the bike arena area where you do flips and stuff. I'm good at doing that stuff, and then they popped it and that got me angry. But that's about the one. And then yeah, I don't have it anymore. I used to have a lot, but some of them were broken. Well, I'm pretty scared though. Yeah, cause last time I went to the zoo like a year ago, like 2 years ago, and I was feeding a tiger, and that guy said, like that thing, he put his finger was throbbing too. Like, hey, he got it, and he said, like, you know his lips, like the little lips, like this, like, as dogs have, he just throbbed him up finger. Man, y'all want your hands. Yeah. One time I woke up at 1 o'clock. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lay down. But if I asked grandma what color I'm using, because she said that color is mine. I don't know what color to use. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to sleep. Well, I don't got no covers. But I have covers at home, but they're real big. I I like houses that's warm because last time my house was hot because I was too cold. The house was hot and my ears when I was cold, it was burned. Fish? Like fish? Oh, I'm real good at that. Like, I'm real good. My dad, one time we caught like a catfish for it. He was like fishing. And then my dad almost fell it. And I had the, I was smart. Oh, this was funny. My dad was laughing at this. So I put a chair in front of him so he won't flip off. And then the thing broke the chair. And then I was pulling. And then I caught a baby one. He caught like a baby one. It was heavy. We didn't cook it. We was like, well, we cooked one of them, probably other one. That one was like, we cooked the other one because the other one, like, we like tried to throw it back out, but it kept jumping back on. So what we gonna watch? What's that? It's like a. It's a new one. Oh. Hey, do they have like these are the movies that's funny, like that one rabbit movie? I forgot what it's called. I don't know, but I like to eat shrimp, like chicken, or like finger and stuff. I'll eat anything. I just want my stomach to be full. Said why? It's like my stomach, like if I eat anything, my stomach be full. Like if I eat a whole like so. Yeah, I can't help it. It's like the thing I like about eating is the flavor. I can't. I'm not like that fat. Like, I like. Oh yeah, the thing about our class is that they talk too much. I'm in school. Wait, how old is Keisha? My birthday's July 5th. Come soon. When you was born in July 5th? My dad's birthday was like my dad's birthday was Monday. I don't got no money. My dad has my money because he said I need more money to pay bills now the nights ago, and I said here, this is for your birthday, and I gave him like $30. And he paid the bills because we didn't have water, and now we have limited water. Wow, I have limited. Wait, so I'm gonna put my phone on speaker. I can't put my socks so I can sleep. Yeah, when it's like too hot, I take a nap. Okay. And I love you. Hello? Hello? Yes. Okay. Hold on, guys. Do not kick me out. I'm gonna like. Oh my god, I gotta go for a sec. Guys, guess what I'm going tomorrow? I'm going a lot of places. A lot. Oh shit. Hi. Whoa, nice skin.
Oh, you like this one, MJ?
Let me see. Whoa, that's cool. That's a. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, MJ. That one.
Do you like this one?
Bam! Tyler, bam!
I don't have that emote.
Oh.
Guys, guess what? I'm sorry, but I never played Battle Royale in a long time, so. Yeah, you playing with us right now. Alright guys, press. Alright guys, press ready. Bet what? What's your name, Andrew? It says you're in. Yeah. It says you're dancing, you're doing the electric shuffle, you just did it.
No, that's somebody else.
Oh, it says you're doing it's over. Is your name ANDR33 with H? Oh, okay. I hate Fortnite when it lags a lot. I hate it. Ah, just gets me angry.
Press ready.
Press ready. Kick him if he doesn't push ready.
I'm not kicking my friend, boy.
No, I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to my brother.
Oh. Well, I need the Twitch Prime thing. It's not fair. Oh.
Hey John, you know how you could get Twitch Prime for free? 30 days trial? All you need to do is put in your card, and then once it's done with the 30 days, then you have to pay. But it's not gonna like jump in your face everywhere. It's gonna say, once you get back on, and say, you one more thing before you go. I do too. I have the dab too. I'll be back.
Sneak. No, I mean we're in a, yeah, but after. I never knew you had a sister.
Guys, I'm going to Disneyland. Wow.
How old is your sister?
Okay, good. Okay, I'm about to say. Woo. For real? Dang. Dang, she definitely ain't better than me. None of y'all better than me. I got like 100 and something. I have 180 something. No joke, I'm serious. Boy, I'm past your level, first of all. Stop lying. You just changed the subject. Stop lying. That's how you know they're lying. Stop lying. You need some milk. I have a feeling somebody's gonna come out there. Stop lying, cause you just said you won 40 something. Stop lying.
Oh, I
Dude, my ears are bleeding. Oh my god, I need his loot. John, I need it. John, I need it. I need it.
I have a scar too.
Get under it. Get under it. Come on. Come on. Oh shoot, I can't do anything. Oh my god. Where? 3, 2, 1. No, let's camp because if we stay. Stop dancing, stop dancing, stop dancing. Stop dancing, guys. That gives our spot away. I need to see something.
Yeah.
I only have 2 shell bullets. Dang it.
2 shell? Alright, I got you. Alright.
And I don't have a assault rifle. That's what I hate. Come on now. Right. John, you really want the Twitch?
Yeah.
I know how it feels, but your parents say no. But my dad said he wants to watch movies on it, so he brought it. They're pushing. I see them over there by the gas station. Gas station north, 65. Yeah. Wait, John, you're gonna shoot the wall. Move up a little. Gotta move up. Gotta peek out. Real good. Now they see us. They see us. No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Listen.
No, it's not. No, you guys never played. Hold on, first of all, hold on! Shut up, yo big mouth. You need to shut up for a skittle. First of all, you forgot about Save the World. Save the World has better guns than that goddamn gun. Boy! So look at you. Dude, I swear whoever says those are the best guns in the game, I'm gonna say you're stupid because you mean in Battle Royale, not in the game. I think the new gun is the best gun.
Yeah.
The new shotgun is the best shotgun, dude. In Battle Royale, not the Save the World. Save the World has better guns than that. Dude, they went up the mountain, I guess, because I see stairs building. Oh, yeah, we gotta go, guys. Screw it. Run. Please be a gun that I can use. I beg you for a night. Wait, let me have that, please. I need it. I need that. No. Bro, you do keep the ammo. Wow.
There's AR up top of here. Get it.
I'll get it. Let's go. Duck. I'm gonna duck. Oh, somebody tried to snipe me. Oh my god. Nope, freak that. I don't care. Nope, I'm gone. How are we trash? Don't do tape line trash. Don't bag-headed side Pennywise, Mr. Bigfoot. I'm about to say, I'm about to go lying on her, boy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're trash at shooting. What the hell? No, it's, well, it's kind of is. The Scar is the best gun, you know it. The Storm, I freak you. What? How? This guy's hacking! Straight up with a block, it said I did 100 damage on him. And I got at 5 HP. Fortnite, fix your game! Hey, Fortnite, need to fix your game.
Tyler.
Hey guys, I have a little brother, and guess what he says? Is it just a little girl in this party? Actually,
I'm a YouTuber.
I'm broadcasting right now. You know that, right? Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. I make